Hey guys, Shadowsbone here, and we've got new free week champion rotation for week 11 of the 2014 season. So this week we've got Sivir, Soraka, we've got Teemo, Akali, Xin, Misfortune, Sona, Jarvan IV, Xerath, and Yasuo. As usual, guys, gonna go from top to bottom, as Riot has it listed here, in alphabetical order mostly. And, I'll tell you guys what lane you can expect them to be in, what items you can expect them to build, and, the general role they fulfill. So first, we start with Akali, because she's up here at the top. She's going to be primarily played in the top or mid lane and built primarily ability power, but with a mix of attack damage mixed in there. So a Hextech Gunblade is one of the key items on Akali. Other than that, you would see a Rabadon's Death Cap, or maybe a Ryla's Crystal Scepter. All of those items are pretty standard on Akali, maybe even an Abyssal Scepter, because she does, again, primarily focus on that ability power, and she's one of the mid lane champions that doesn't need the blue buff from the golems on the left or right hand side, depending on which team you're on. So there's that. And again, expect mid lane. Or top. Next, we've got Jarvan IV, who can be played either top, mid, or jungle. I've seen him be played all three. He fulfills all three roles pretty good in mid lane. Well, if he's in a lane, he's going to be built very, very tanky without that much damage to start off. But he'll get a damage item such as maybe a Black Cleaver. He'll build a Maw of Malmortius. Those are very standard items on Jarvan. And if he's in the jungle, expect more, expect the damage items sooner on him. So instead of him getting maybe a Warmogs or a Sunfire Cape first, he might go for that Maw of Malmortius or the Black Cleaver first if he's in the jungle. But anyway, you'll be seeing him built high armor, high health, and high magic resist with a little emphasis on attack damage as well. And again, either top, mid, or jungle, primarily in the jungle, however. Next, we've got Misfortune, and I'll just say Sivir here as well, because they're pretty much equal. You'll be seeing both of them in the bottom lane. Either Misfortune or Sivir, either one of them you'll be seeing in the bottom lane. They'll be building primarily attack damage, so Bloodthirster, Infinity Edge, a Static Shiv. All of those are very standard on both of them. Where they differ is Sivir, you kind of want to get a little more attack speed, whereas Misfortune, you want to get a little more attack damage due to the way their mechanics work. So it's, kind of varies. I also like to get a Black Cleaver on Misfortune due to when you pop your ultimate and you're standing there during bullet time, it shreds everybody's armor that it hits. So it's very, very good that way. With Sivir, I would also recommend a Trinity Force because it is good on her as well. So, again, they share the same items, just differentiate after a certain extent. But again, you can expect to see both of them in the bottom lane. Next, we've got Sona and Soraka, two very valuable support that you'll be seeing generally in the bottom lane with their attack damage counterparts such as Misfortune or Sivir. And with both Soraka and Sona, expect your, standard support items, expect your, the Sunfire, or not the Sunfire Cape, the Ruby Sightstone, expect, Pink Wards, expect the Sweeping Lens, all of that stuff, Runic Bulwark, all the standard support items expect to see on them, with maybe a little emphasis on ability power, like in Athene's Unholy Grail. Both of them benefit from that very much, considering Soraka's ult is a global ult. It hits everybody on her team, regardless of where they are in relation to her. Sona, she's good all around, but all of her abilities, focus around her being close to the action, close to her team. So be wary of that. But again, expect both of them to be in the bottom lane, supporting their attack damage counterparts. Next, we've got Teemo, who you can expect to see him in the top lane primarily. You'll see him every so often in the bottom lane as support, but either way, you'll be seeing him built ability power primarily. You'll very rarely see him be built attack damage. So for ability power on Teemo, you'd expect a Landry's Torment, a Rabadon's Death Cap, a Rallo's Crystal Scepter, etc., etc. You know, Teemo is very, very good with ability power, so you'll see him, again, primarily top lane to counter the Bruiser that's going to be top, and, you know, to push. So, yeah. And again, if he's bottom, he's going to go the same build either way, unless he says flat out at the beginning of the game, I'm going attack damage. And he wants to be the attack damage carry. Next, we've got Xerath, who you can expect to see primarily in the mid lane. Again, just like Teemo, pretty much built pure ability power. So, Rabadon's Death Cap, Zhonya's Hourglass is good for Xerath. A Landry's Torment is good. What else? Abyssal Scepter, a Rod of Ages, so on and so forth. It varies from there depending on how your team is doing and how often you survive team fights. But again, expect to see him primarily in the mid lane building ability power. And last but not least, we've got Xin Zhao and Yasuo. I'll start with Xin Zhao. You'll see him either in the top lane or in the jungle. Either way, you'll be seeing him built with a heavy focus on survivability and attack damage. So, items such as a Phage, Frozen Mallet, Maw of Malmortius, Sunfire Cape, all of those are going to be seen on Xin Zhao, or Xin Hao, however you want to pronounce it. I've seen, you know, I've pronounced both, and, it doesn't matter. Potato. But again, expect to see those items, even a Black Cleaver doesn't go amiss on Xin, but yeah, expect to see him either in the top or in the jungle. And last but not least, Yasuo. He can be played top lane, mid lane, and that's pretty much it as far as from what I've seen of him. And you can expect to see movement speed items as well as some attack, some survivability. He wants that good mix of survivability, movement speed, and attack damage, with a little emphasis on crit as well. So Infinity Edge is good on him, a Bloodthirster, a Phantom Dancer is good on him, maybe get a Randuin's Omen or Warmogs, or even a Sunfire Cape. All those I would recommend based upon Yasuo's kit. And, after you've gotten the Infinity Edge and Phantom Dancer, you're golden, because your chance to crit is pretty much like 100% at that point. And, yeah, you don't need more than that. Focus on, surviving after that. Focus on getting items such as maybe a Frozen Mallet or a Phage. Both of those will help you. Since he's not mana based, he's cooldown based. Maybe get some cooldown reduction in there too. And, just go from there. Other than that, again, expect to see him primarily in the mid lane, but also can be in the top lane. And that's it, guys. That's the Week 11 champion rotation for League of Legends. If you like what you see on this channel, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe if you want. My name has been Shadowswolm, and I will talk to you all next time.